All right, peasants. We are back, or at least I'm back for right now. CEO will be joining. I think he said he's doing something. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Let's say what's up to the chat real quick. You feel me? So we got Jordan Francis. What's up, Jordan Francis? How you doing, bro? Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm doing great. Jordan Francis has been a good week. Thank God for it. I heard that the Celtics showed the 3-1 lead against the 76ers. That's tough. And also that happens to my Clippers twice in the playoffs. I don't want to talk about it because that haunts me. 3-1 lead always happens in the playoffs for some reason that I don't know why that it happens. It's so annoying and it takes me off sometimes. Yeah, Jordan Francis, bro. It is what it is. Najee. Najee, Najee, Najee. Najee, Najee. What's good, Jordan? They all clown me when I compare Joe Mazzulla to Doc Rivers. Well, it looks like these two coaches are having similar career paths. Blew a 3-1 lead in their fourth season and both won. Najee, I'm not trying to hear that garbage that's coming out of your mouth. Najee, all I had to hear from you when that light-skinned asshole came at Jason Tatum, you said that your fucking Boston would beat my Knicks. Well, guess what, queer? You could even beat the Sixers. You could not beat the Sixers. It is what it is. What's up, random editor? The Raptors and Cavs about to be climatic. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very good game. Very good way to end off the first round, and then second round starts. Khaleesi. Is Khaleesi? I forgot your team. Are you a Celtics fan or are you a Sixer fan? You know, it is what it is. Mike, Skeleton, Serial, where you at, bitch? How the fuck do you lose to second team? Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, man, listen. It is what it is. Where's that idiot CEO at? CEO will be here soon. Cam, what's up, Cam? Daily Round, the Celtics are out of play. What's up, Cam? Shout out to Cam, the YN. Cam's going places, Cam. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Damn, CEO's sick again. CEO is gonna be all right. CEO is ducking. CEO's not ducking. He's had some sign. The Knickerbockers are going to be second round exits. Looks like clockwork. Kaiju, you want to put money on that, bro? You think Philly's gonna beat us? You're right. I might deserve believing in that circus of a person named Joe Mazzulla. Listen, bro. Jaylen Brown's a bum. Let's talk about this, right? Since CEO is not here right now, we don't have any topics. Listen, look. Jaylen Brown's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's a regular season player. Jaylen Brown's a bum. I don't care if Jason Tatum was injured. I don't care if this is a rebuild year. I do not care. What's up? Yo, Lil Nick. I'm glad you're here, bro. Did you see my message? Where'd you message me? I did not see you at all. You might, if you said something like cursing or whatever, it is what it is. But Lil Nick, we don't get to your matter of fact, this applies to you, Lil Nick, because Lil Nick, you're a Jaylen Brown guy. Listen, I don't care what the point said. I watched that game from start to finish. Jaylen Brown's a bum. He's a bum. He's trash. He's garbage. Get him up out of here. Boston, trade him. Trade his ass. He stinks. I don't care what you guys do. He's trash. Like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, y'all won the series. Do you want? By the way, Derek Roy had to carry his sorry ass team. Listen, at the end of the day, bro. Oh, I think he's talking to you, Mike. Message in the chat. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, bro, it didn't show. It's for CEO. I didn't see it, bro. I didn't see it. Lil Nick, if you cursed or said something, it might YouTube. Matter of fact, actually, it might block it out. So I have no idea. But just know I don't ban any comments, whatever y'all say, it is what it is. But listen, Jaylen Brown's a bum. He's trash. He's garbage. He can't carry for shit. Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, he is bad. Like, he's bad. He can't carry a team. This is what, bro, if it wasn't for Tatum, like, y'all would have got swept by Philly. Philly's not good. Joel Embiid's a bum. Oh, I didn't curse. There's a video I uploaded. I want CEO to see. Oh, you sent the link, Lil Nick? I don't know. It probably didn't send, but listen. Lil Nig, y'all, boys, my Knicks are going to the finals. We're going to take care of Philly. Philly ain't shit. Joel Embiid's already injured. Paul George's a bum. Maxey, it is what it is. Edgecombe, He's not ready yet, so, it is what it is. Basically, Jaylen Brown is the Dak Prescott of the playoffs. Exactly, Master J. He's the Dak Prescott of the playoffs. He stinks. I try to tell y'all this. Don't be fooled by the numbers. The guy's a bum. How you lost to Joel Embiid. You lost to washed up Paul George. You lost up to a choking bro. The Sixers are not good. RJ, you're not realizing the Sixer matchup is better for the Knicks than the Celtics do. Bro, Lil Nick, if you think the Sixers are beating the Knicks, bro, you don't know anything about it. For someone who quote unquote watches film, you're dumb. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Speaking of that, we have CEO. Say what's up to the peasants who've been wanting to talk to you, CEO.
Yeah, what's good, peasants?
Yeah, CEO, it seems like you're in a bad mood. Why are you such in a bad mood, CEO?
I'm not in a bad mood.
You know what I'm saying, CEO? Well, CEO, shout out to Khaleesi. Agreed, as a Celtics fan, Trey JB had my pay. Well, that's a good, CEO. We should start off with that, CEO. You know what I'm saying? We got Celtics fans in there. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to talk about the Celtics, CEO. And I got to, and CEO, I'm not going to sit here and gloat, whatever. Because unfortunately, it wasn't my team that eliminated you. Skeleton might have a few words for you. Where you hiding might have a few words for you, CEO. I think Najee has a few words with you about Joe Mazzulla, who we're going to be talking about, CEO. But before we get to that, CEO, let's talk about these other series that close out, CEO. Let's start off with the obvious one, CEO. Thunder close out the Suns 4-0. Are we shocked by this, CEO, at all?
No. Absolutely
not. Come on, man. It's the Suns. It is what it is. CEO. Well, actually, matter of fact, let's talk about this series first. The Timberwolves beat the Nuggets 4-2 without Anthony Edwards, without DiVincenzo, and I think without another starter. CEO Nikola Jokic is out of the playoffs in the first round, CEO. Your thoughts on the series before we dive in deep into this series, CEO?
I think very disappointing. Very disappointing. But like I really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the series when we're ready for that.
Oh, okay. Well, we can get into that, CEO. Joker, CEO.
All right.
Is this a knock on him, CEO? And CEO, you were someone who had him in your top 3, I believe, or top 4, projecting. But we might have to reevaluate this, CEO. Your thoughts on Nikola Jokic losing?
I don't, because you have to understand something. Like, winning multiple championships isn't for everybody. All right. It's not something that everyone does. Very few players ever really do get to win multiple championships. So even great players struggle to win multiple championships. It's only truly people like a handful of people, you could say, like a Jordan, Michaels, or something like that, of LeBron's or whatever. It's, and by the way, in Jokic and Giannis and these type of players, even though they're like Hall of Fame talents and they're definitely up there in their positions as some of the greats, they're just not on like Jordan or Michael's level, or LeBron or Tim Duncan. Like there are levels to it, so people have to keep that in mind. You can't just be like, okay, you expect Jokic to win like 4 championships or 3 championships. It's not always possible. Something I've learned about this NBA playoffs is that the NBA can be very erratic, right? It's not a sure thing. It's even shitty teams can put up good fights. That's something we learned. Look at shitty teams that put up a good fight. The Hawks, the Sixers,
Orlando.
So I mean, yeah, it was a surprising thing, and I think this still stands to my overarching point that the East is fucking weak as shit, and I've always said that. Which is why, even though when we get to my team, I'm gonna make it abundantly clear why the reason I had my selections for the who's winning the finals. This is reflective of that, and but when it comes to Jokic, it is a knock, only because of the injuries, right? It's just goddamn. It's like you lost they lost two key players, and you still couldn't get it done. And I feel like this is more of a they have his number type shit, right? And they know how to play the Nuggets, and I feel like we have to give it more time. We have to give it more time to see if they can rebuild and retool the team, because multiple people that won championships this last 5 years, they need to retool around their stars, and because it's not working with what they have. So it is a knock, but I'm not gonna condemn them.
My thoughts are: listen, Joker's still one of the most skilled players to ever step foot on an NBA court. He's still a top 10 center, but people overproject. He's not a top 5 center, and just in my opinion, this is a knock on him. And CEO, I'm going to take it from a different perspective, CEO. And this is not my idea. This is coming from our boy CEO.
Okay.
Jason Whitlock brought up a good point. We can agree Nikola Jokic is a superstar player. We can agree that Nikola Jokic has pull with the Nuggets.
Right.
Every superstar, Jordan, Kobe, Bron, hell, even someone like a Kawhi, CEO,
right,
have always had command on the team. Get rid of this player, get rid of that player. We need more pieces. Nikola Jokic needs to be knocked for not having the organization put the pieces around him. CEO, Jamal Murray is a disappearing act beyond another.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon is unreliable. With that being said, that has to be a knock on Joker, because we know for a fact superstar players have impact on the team.
Well, I mean, you could say a knock. I disagree with that, only because Joker's job, right, is not to run the team. It's to play on the team. And I think that people have gotten used to the fact that people like LeBron, people like these modern day superstars, kind of like to play pseudo GM now, which has never been their role. And it's not a normal thing. I think that people have normalized it in terms of LeBron tells the GM, listen, you got to do this, you got to do that, but that's not your fucking job. It's never been your fucking job. Like there's a structure within the organization. There's a GM for a reason. There's a president for a reason. There's a head coach for a reason. There's levels to the hierarchy. And yeah, the superstar player can have an input. Maybe they can give their suggestions, but it does exist, but it shouldn't exist, technically speaking. Now, when it comes to people the reason I tend not to knock Joker as much is you're right on one thing. The superstars around him are trash. I've never been a believer in Jamal Murray, and you know this. I never thought highly of Jamal Murray. I know some people are like, oh wait, but Jamal Murray is not a good co-star. In my opinion, I don't think that I think he's barely a starter, if I'm being honest. Jamal Murray is not part of a duo. It's basically you have Joker and you have a bunch of role players. If I'm being honest, like Aaron Gordon's not a star. Like none of these people are stars. And specifically when you look at centers that people regard highly in their top whatever lists, you look at Shaq. Shaq had Kobe, which was a driving force for those championships. And that was an actual tandem. These are even though like Tim Duncan, even though he's not a center, but you know he had a surrounding cast that was full of actual people, like Hall of Famers. when you look at Joker, he doesn't have anybody in particular. He has a bunch of assets, uh, borderline role players. They're not. It's not anything special. It's not a well built team. Now you can knock him for that, but that ultimately lies within on the organization because why did they get paid for? What do they get paid for?
I get that. I understand that, CEO. And by CEO, you ever like know people on the job or just know they're not doing their job, but it is their job to do. And this goes back even CEO. You speaking of your Celtics, Larry Bird. He had input on the coach and who's on the team or not. I understand that's not Joker's top job description. I get that. I understand that. But you know this just as I know this. And this goes beyond basketball. This goes in life. If you want to have major success, you have to do things that are not your job, but they are your job. CEO, this team, Nikola Jokic has never been a team that has won 50 regular season games. Jamal Murray's a bum. I'm not disagreeing with that. Aaron Gordon's good. He's unreliable. I get that. I understand that, CEO. But at some point, if you and maybe Joker doesn't want to do that, which in that case, this is fine. But if you want to be in the top 5 centers of all time, be in the top 20 players of all time, you got to go the extra mile. Michael Jordan, he wanted, now granted, they didn't do it, but he wanted Sean Kemp. He wanted some players on his team. We all know LeBron James always wants teams. Kobe got Pau Gasol. He demanded a trade. CEO, let's just take it from superstars. Jalen Brunson, CEO. You think Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and all these other guys would be here if it wasn't for Brunson? So at some point, that's on Joker. You got to force the organization to, put peace around you, not demand the trade. It's that simple.
I mean, yeah, but like I said, it's hard to knock someone for something like then GM shouldn't exist, and you should, or like you should give that power over to star players because you can have input. And again, we don't know if Joker has been giving input. We don't know that through private channels or have spoken to GMs because not all conversations leak. We don't know that. Now, whether the organization listens to what he's saying is another thing. You have to factor that into account as well. And not only that, you have to account for a cultural thing. Like I feel like Americans, like now with this new breed of like Jokic, like Joker, he comes from Slovenia or something. I'm not Serbia or something, like with a lot of these more international players, and I'm speaking like maybe a lot of these things also are culture specific, right? Whereas these people, like Jokic, he plays basketball, goes to his farm. After he didn't even celebrate the finals when they won.
Yeah,
I think he just went back to Serbia to go play with his horses or something.
Yeah,
his culture is different, right? Like the American culture is very demanding, very entitled, very pushy. Like a lot of these star players, especially if they're international, are not going to be as brazen. Even though Giannis does give his input, it took him way too long, right, to get to the point where he wasted years, right? A lot of people said he wasted years. And to get to the point where he's been fed up or whatever the fuck. And I feel like a lot of foreign players are going to struggle with that entitlement because, like I said, it's not inherent with a lot of their cultures. Now, you could knock Joker for that, but I don't knock him for that only because, again, then like executives need to do a better job at doing that. When you look at the Celtics, when you look at the Heat, even though the Heat to a lesser degree, because they've been bums ever since LeBron left. But like there are certain GMs, like Brad Stevens runs the show, right? Like I'm sure Brown and Tatum or whatever have their input to some degree, right? But ultimately he runs the show, and I feel like people have to take into account as well that are we sure that Joker doesn't have an input because. Remember the whole Mike Malone situation. For those of you that don't remember, there was a feud there, right? And I feel like he probably didn't want the coach there, and they got rid of him. So you can knock him for that, maybe, because they haven't really won since Mike Malone. So
no, at
you
all.
you can knock Joker for making bad decisions, or basically, because that could be knocked against him. I feel like you can knock a player for like bad decisions they force on the organization. For example, Giannis hiring or approving Doc Rivers.
Yep.
You can knock them for that, but I wouldn't knock them for not playing GM. If they want to play GM, then I'm going to knock some of their decisions if it goes sideways, because that's not your job. But if they don't want to be GM and they just want to play, I'm not going to try to knock them for that because it's not their job. So
I get that. I understand that. And that's fine. Then no one should be having Joker in the top 5. No one should be saying he's in GOAT conversation. He's not that. If he's content on being that, that's fine. Then he's not in my top 5. Just me personally. He's definitely in the top 10.
I just like if you count GM responsibilities in your top 5 as a factor, then I guess, but I just don't. I think that's unfair.
No, I'm saying you are correct. I honestly feel, and you said something very interesting, CEO.
All right.
I was gonna make a video about it. I might spoil a little bit of here, but this is why international players will never have dynasties. CEO, when you look at the history of the NBA, with the exception of Hakeem Olajuwon, all the fucking dynasty have been run by American players. Now, you can say this is a knock, this is bad, whatever, but American players for shit. Get pieces around me or I'm heading the fuck out. And you can say, well, that's stupid, that's dumb, that's tough. Sure, but it has results, multiple results. These laid back guys, prime example. I mean, we're not going to count SGA because we don't know what happened this year, even though I feel like he's going to lose. Joker, one and done. Dirk, one and done. Steve Nash, never even got one. Who else am I thinking of? Giannis, one and done. Yeah. These international players don't have any dog in them to bulk up to the organization.
Yeah.
That's going to knock them for it.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a cultural issue, right? Where you have to, in my opinion, this is just my assumptions, of course, but in my opinion, international players tend to be less drama queens and tend to be less entitled, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean they're not entitled. It just means they are less
problematic
than the Americans, right? It's a cultural thing. I feel like a lot of these players, international players, are like, okay, they come from different backgrounds. They were raised differently. The Euro leagues, especially, have a different format. I feel like the European players are more mature in that aspect, where American players are more American. They're loud. They can be obnoxious. They feel entitled. And maybe you can argue that type of mindset helps, especially in competitive sports, in terms of like basically telling the organization, this is what I want, and I know what I need on the team, and you're not giving me what I need to be successful. And that could be, like you said, that could be actually a net benefit instead of a net negative, which in most scenarios it would be a net negative, but maybe it's not. It's if you know what you're doing, because I feel like there are cases, RJ, where the star probably demanded shit and it just fucking fell apart because they didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, like people like, let's say, and I don't know, like I don't think we can talk about the whole. I'm not sure. I don't think Jordan demanded anything.
He definitely wanted Sean Kemp on the team. He really wanted Sean Kemp on. That's why they got Dennis Rodman, because they weren't able to get Sean Kemp. So he definitely demanded a lot of things. I mean, hell, didn't they? I mean, I know it was with the Wizards, but didn't this asshole want Kwame Brown? So Jordan definitely was demanding.
Yeah. I don't think the older players demanded things as much as the modern players do. For example, I don't think anyone probably has ever demanded anything more than LeBron James. So, like he's like known for like playing. He's like, they call him lead GM for a fucking reason, right? Like,
I get that, but CEO, you also have to remember there was no social media back then. There was no Shams reporting. Now, I'm not saying these guys were as bad as LeBron, but there's been prime example, CEO. I forgot the coach's name. Larry Bird wanted the Celtics GM, not GM, it's one of the current Celtics coach gone, and they replaced him with another one. Now, people might say, "Oh, Larry Bird had nothing." I'm like, but Bird is on record. I wanted him gone, and he was gone the next season. So, with social media, I do believe if they had social media back then, we would know a lot more about stuff. So,
I mean, that is a very important factor because a lot of the media does leak shit that we would have not known otherwise. So,
like this asshole Shams is reporting things every day, which I like Shams, but I mean at the same time. So, but with that, Joker out of the first round, CEO, goodbye, and the Timberwolves will play the San Antonio Spurs, which we're not shocked by the Spurs being the Portland.
And they'll lose. They'll lose.
Yeah. And by the way, CEO, Wembanyama did not want to shake Denny, the Jewish guy's hand, CEO. You know what I'm saying? He walked right past him, CEO. You know what
good
I'm saying?
Shit. So, good shit. Shout out to Wemby. You know what I'm saying? You slapped that bitch. And when he blocked that ball from that dude, did he put some extra spin on that shit? Because I feel like he put some extra anger on that shit.
Shout out to him if he did. You know what I'm saying? But CEO, the Lakers have defeated the Rockets. LeBron James going off 28 points, beating the Rockets. CEO, your thoughts?
You know, we both picked the Lakers in the series, so makes perfect sense. Huh?
Fortunately for now, our bet.
Unfortunately, but the Rockets are a young team with a non-leader, net negative leader at the helm with KD. Honestly, the Rockets would be better off just shipping them somewhere else.
So you think? I think you and Brandon are on the same page. KD gets traded somewhere. So
yeah, because
bro, you do realize this will be within this decade. That will be his fourth team if he gets traded again.
It's just his intangibles. Even though he has immense talent, his talents do not outweigh his negative influence on the team. So maybe he did back in the OKC days or the fucking Golden State Warrior days, but not anymore. Like his personality is still way worse than what his talent produces for the team. So he needs to go. I feel like if they get rid of him, the Rockets have a better chance.
Shit, I mean, they won 7 games last year with Jalen Green. Sorry. That's crazy. But CEO.
All right.
Bing bong.
Okay.
Bing bong, CEO. My Knicks destroy the Atlanta Hawks in 6 games. 140-89, CEO, in Game 6. Your thoughts?
I mean, we both had the Knicks. I'm not surprised. I am a little bit surprised that it went longer than it did. Mm-hmm. That's probably my only surprise. I thought it would end at the max in 5, and then it went to 6. So that's probably the most surprising thing about that series.
CEO, I told you last week when we were down 1-2 that the Knicks are like that kid that, they need to be pressured. They need to, have some incentive to win. And, us going down 1-2 scared us. And then ever since then, we won 3 straight. And we have the biggest margin of loss in playoff history, CEO. 140-89, CEO. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spend too much time on that, CEO. Orlando chokes a 3-1 lead, CEO, losing the Game 7 today, CEO. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this is probably going to be the Pistons winning it. Which was our prediction, by the way.
Yeah.
And only because they got the momentum back, and Orlando, Orlando was never a team that I think anyone thought could compete in any serious capacity. So I'm not surprised. So I expect the Pistons to get it done.
Well, no, they won today. They won. They already won. They beat them in 7-game series. But CEO, very disappointing by the the Detroit Pistons to go Game 7 with Orlando, an 8th seed, CEO. Is that not very alarming, CEO?
No. Yeah, I mean it is, but like I said, with the NBA, I've come to terms that it's not always as simple as people make it out to be. Sometimes it's just teams fight, and maybe they slacked off in the regular season, and when it comes to playoffs, they change who they are. So the Pistons should have put up a better fight overall. They did get it done as you mentioned today, so that's the important part, I guess, for them. But um, I'm not 100% shocked. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the East is weak, very weak.
I'm very shocked. Orlando's trash. See, I've been on Orlando's head throughout the whole regular season. For the Pistons to go down 3-1 to them, and CEO, I watched that game 6 in Orlando. CEO, I'm gonna sit here and tell you. And I said this to Brandon, who's in the chat. Shout out to Brandon. CEO, I have been watching basketball since 2010, 2011. So that's almost 16 years, CEO, of watching basketball. Okay. 16 years, CEO. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a choke job as much as the fucking Pistons did in that game 6, CEO. CEO, in the whole in the fourth quarter, the Magic missed over 23 shots from 3 points from field goals, CEO. Right. These assholes did not score anything besides free throws. I have never, CEO, just think about that. NBA players missing from the mid-range from the 3-point line up over 20 points.
Right.
I have never seen that a day in my life, CEO, watching basketball. This was, the equivalent of this is, CEO, this is like the Atlanta Hawks back when they had Julio and Devontae Freeman, Matt Ryan, which, by the way, CEO, that Super Bowl happened a decade ago. So, just showing our age right now.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of that. No scoring and watching a colossal chokehold. The Pistons literally, I've never seen that. But this is more a knock on the Pistons. This is an 8th seed, and you couldn't get it done at least in 6? And you lost 2 games at home, I believe? That's a huge knock on the Met. That's a huge knock on the Pistons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, CEO? But CEO, and as we speak right now, the Cavs and Raptors are wrapping up their Game 7, CEO. 8-4 in the first quarter, CEO. We'll see who wins that. Hopefully the Raptors win so we can get that extra point for the YNs.
Right.
From the YNs. But CEO, moment of truth, CEO. Let's not ignore it. Everybody's been waiting for you. I think you're the most wanted man in the chat right now, CEO. Boston loses a 3-1 lead and loses Game 7 to the Philadelphia 76ers. CEO, before we get into it, about Tatum, Mazzulla, Brown, the whole Celtics thing, because there's a lot of narratives we got to cover, a lot of things we got to cover with this, CEO. Your thoughts on losing the series to the Sixers in 7?
It was disappointing because, the Sixers are not an impressive team. They're a bum team.
At all.
The Sixers are a peasant organization. They have always been a peasant organization. We historically have beaten the Sixers. You have to understand something. This is kind of like, because the Sixers have been our bitch for like the past century, right? So you have to understand something. We have owned them in the playoffs. We have owned them in the regular season. So this is kind of like their finals in a way, because we have thoroughly destroyed and beat this organization up and have clowned them, and they've always felt like a neglected stepchild that could never get over the hump, and it's always been like that. So, to lose to a team like that is very disappointing for me personally, because I have higher expectations for my organization. I'm not like the Sixers, who the last time they won, what was the last time they won the championship?
1986 or one of those 80 teams with the Dr. J.
Right. So they haven't won a championship since the 80s. Like, this is truly a pathetic organization with a very sad and pathetic fan base overall. Right. So it is unfortunate to lose to that team, but I need to preface this argument by reminding people exactly what the Celtics have been this season and exactly why I'm not as upset as people think I should be. Because the simple fact is the Celtics this year were never supposed to be competitive. The Celtics this year was supposed to be an off year for the Celtics. They surprised a lot of people, including myself, that they could remain the second seed till the end of the season just with Jaylen Brown. I think that was I think people were shocked because I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought we were going to be a play-in team this year.
I just got in the sixth seed.
Exactly. So a lot of people have thought. So what people don't understand is that we have actually exceeded kind of our expectations this season because we were supposed to, where we were supposed to be. We were supposed to be the Pacers. We were supposed to be in the same boat as the Pacers this season. And a lot of people tend to forget that. They're like, oh, okay, now you Jason Tatum missed 90% of the season. Jaylen Brown was the one that was playing for the rest of the season. Obviously, Jason Tatum was not 100%, never was. And we're going to get to that, to the injury conversation with him. He was never 100%. He didn't play. He failed to play 90% of the season. The chemistry was obviously off with the team. It was a team that was not supposed to be the second seed. They weren't. They overachieved in the regular season.
CEO, what do you think about Lil Nick saying, stop coping?
I'm not coping. I'm speaking facts. Is there anything I've said that wasn't true?
No, you're right.
Everything I said wasn't true. We were supposed to be on the same boat as the Pacers. And
I wouldn't say the Pacers. I do think you guys would have been a low, not as high as 2, but I say 6 or, a playing team.
Right. Like people don't like to look at the facts, and they rather just say, oh, like if I generally thought we had a chance to win the finals, I would have been pissed. I would have legitimately been pissed. But RJ, my stance has always been the same since the beginning of the season. This was a throwaway year. Even when we got everyone back, I predicted the Celtics were ever going to win the finals this year? No. I said that the winner was going to come out the West. The Celtics were not going to beat OKC, or we're not going to beat the Spurs, or whoever the fuck comes out the West, right?
Yeah.
And I stood firm with that, and but I don't know why people were clowning me for that, because they're like, oh, how dare you believe in the West? And so I'm like, yeah, their teams are far superior. The Celtics cannot stack up against them. I know, because I watched the team play all season. They have been overachievers, and this is another reason again why when we were talking about the MVP discussion, I did not pick Jaylen Brown to win. And I told you that Jaylen Brown did not deserve to win the MVP, and he wasn't even in my conversation for consideration for the MVP, because I watched the games. The team was overachieving. I think that the coaching was more or less got, at least in the regular season, what made them work together, what made everything sink in. And it was one of those things where I was genuinely surprised that they maintained the second seed. And I think everyone would be lying if they say they didn't. They weren't surprised. So when Jason Tatum, and again, I've made this, and I've told you this, RJ, I told you, do not bring Jason Tatum back. And you know this because I've stated this multiple times. I said, keep him out of there. Listen, it's for 1 year. Keep him out of there. Do not bring back Jason Tatum. This is a dumb thing. Like, Jason Tatum thinks he's Superman. Jason Tatum's not Superman. He's not fucking made of his bones, or his ligaments are not made of titanium alloy. Like, he's made of flesh and bones like everyone else. Do not bring him fucking back. This injury that he had, RJ, was supposed to keep him sidelined for the rest of the year, right? This was not an injury to play with. This was an injury that he should have not been playing in the playoffs, and I've been saying that from the very beginning. I said it was organizational malpractice to bring back Jason Tatum when they did. I don't care what Jason Tatum wants. I don't care that he wanted to come back. I don't care that he believes in Mamba mentality or whatever the fuck. He's not superhuman. Guess what happened? He got injured in the last two games. When they pulled him out, they pulled him out midway through game 6, I think.
Yep.
They pulled him out. Everything collapsed after they pulled him back. The game 7 wasn't even trying. Like, no one knew what the fuck to do without Jason Tatum. And I've been saying from the very beginning, do what you can in the playoffs with Brown alone. And if you can't get it done, then we know exactly what we're going to have to do with Jaylen Brown. We know that's what I said. Just use this year as a way to prop up Jaylen Brown so we can get some trade bait in the offseason. I've said that from the very beginning. So when it comes to like this whole theory that, oh my God, you should be devastated. Why? I've never had the Celtics winning the finals this year, and most people know that for a fact. Apart from like shit talking and joking around, when I've been very serious about the conversation, I said that they weren't going to win the finals this year. I
gotta go do something. But how do you feel about Najee? Well, first of all, CEO.
Najee's
been one to ask you your thoughts on Joe Mazzulla. He's really upset with us for saying Joe Mazzulla is a good coach. And he said, CEO, we had a 13-point lead in game 5. What's your thoughts on fans like Najee?
Here are my thoughts on fans like Najee. The reason I push back on the Doc Rivers comparison is because Mazzulla has been the coach for like 4 years now, right? Doc Rivers has earned his reputation over the course of 20 plus years pulling the same shit off, right? So you can't just say that he's Doc Rivers after he won a championship like 2 years ago, right? For example, or something like that. You can't say that. It's way too premature. My issue is looking at the Celtics, and you can be upset. You can criticize Joe Mazzulla. He should do this. He should do that better. He should do that, whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, the players that we have on this team are not enough to get it done. Okay, that's just the fact of the matter. All right, if you look at the lineup through and through, if you take Jason Tatum out, he was injured. Jason Tatum was never 100%. Anyone that pretends that Jason Tatum was 100% is a fucking liar, because he wasn't. And that was proven because he was taken out game 6 because he re-aggravated the same injury. And if they put him out there, RJ, there's a good chance he would have snapped that shit right back. All right. And it would have been another fucking year of recovery. And it would have been a blunder of massive proportions, which I've told the organization that they shouldn't have done that. And honestly, RJ, that's as close to a fireable offense as you can get. All right, that is malpractice of a degree that resembles the Isaiah Thomas situation that we had. That's close to that level of malpractice, and I would have seriously been on the whole organization's head, including Brad Stevens, including the coach, including the staff, including the owner, because that was just dumb. And this is why I've advised against Jason Tatum playing in the series. He was not fucking healthy. He was not himself. It was abundantly clear. When you watched him play, when you watched him move, like he re-aggravated that injury. Thankfully, it didn't snap, but he re-aggravated the injury. And the reason they didn't play him in a crucial RJ game 7, where they clearly needed him, is because they knew that he was very close to re-snapping that bitch again, and that would have been catastrophic. So they decided to forego their playoff opportunities this year so that they can finally have a healthy Jason Tatum next year, which is what they should have done in the very beginning. Now, Najee is not exactly the most intelligent fan. He has yet to criticize Jaylen Brown. All right. He has yet to put the responsibility on the players that matter. Derek White has been ass cheeks this whole fucking series. He has been garbage this whole fucking series. We need a contingency plan for Derek White, because he's not the future going forward. When we're talking about Pritchard is great for what he's doing. He's a great 6-man, probably one of the best 6-mans in the league. He's perfectly fine doing the role he's doing. We have no big man. We have no center worth a damn. Vucevic is a bum. All right, Vucevic is unplayable. Quintella is Quinta. I don't know, the African nigga. Is as close as a playable center that we have. He's decent and all that, but he's not a legit center. We need to have a conversation about who are we going to bring in the offseason to play that position. When we're looking at our at our at our situation, it really comes down to that Jaylen Brown is not good. He's not clutch. He's never been clutch. Jason Tatum has always run this offense. He has always been the main face of the offense. The team loses morale once Jason Tatum is gone, right? And it's clear Jaylen Brown is not the answer. We need to retool. You need to trade him in the offseason. That is our number one thing. We need to find a replacement for Jaylen Brown. The guy still can't dribble with his fucking left hand. The guy's a ball hog. He doesn't run the offense like a Jason Tatum, who actually spreads the ball around, which is funny enough that people criticize Tatum, even in this championship year. Like, oh, he's not a ball hog. He's not this. He doesn't want the ball. I'm like, no, he's actually doing what he's supposed to do and spreading the ball around, looking for great opportunities to score threes. Whereas Jaylen Brown is a fucking ball hog who has a massive turnover problem because he can't dribble effectively and he's very inefficient at times with the ball. And if he's not doing anything, the rest of the team can't, because we're not built for that shit. Derek White was supposed to be the Derek White of old, and he just hasn't been. He played decently well the last game of the series, but that's not good enough. We needed him to play at least half the series well, and he hasn't. He's been butts. He's been cheeks. He's been a non-factor. And just look at our players. Who else? Luke Garza's garbage. Like every player that's not named Jason Tatum on the team is highly suspect if you look at it from a very close angle. And a lot of people, and this is exactly why I've never had them winning the finals this year, and why I'm not upset about it, because this was a throwaway year that was about to end in a catastrophe if this organization didn't pull out Jason Tatum when they did. And again, I've never been a believer that the Celtics were ever going to win the finals this year, so that's why I'm not stressed, because we would have got bounced this round, we probably would have got bounced next round, or we would have got bounced in the best case scenario in the championship round before we even made the finals. And I've always been saying that from the very beginning. So anybody who's disappointed that I'm not angry or devastated, I've known this all along. So it's not like I'm supposed to be angry at it, because this is exactly what I expect. You there? Yo, RJ, are you there? If you're there, we can't hear you. Something's wrong with your mic. All right. Well, while RJ fixes whatever he's doing, let me read some of the comments. Let's start with Brandon. Everybody is mad at Tatum for laughing with Embiid after the game, but bro's just happy that it's his team again. No, I mean, I agree with you. I don't like, a lot of these people are friends. That doesn't mean they stop being friends just because they play each other. That's just, you're right. That's just not people shouldn't be mad. Like, that's just the new NBA. It is what it is. Khaleesi says, CEO, I don't know why we are so allergic to getting big man on one. The Celtics to get Gafford or Zubiak. Like I said, we have no big man. Porzingis was the closest thing we had to a decent a big man, but he's always been injury prone. Are you back?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, when you have pets, people, you got to take care of your pets. You know what I'm saying? But I heard you going off on some people in the chat, CEO.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear the points I was making for my argument?
Well, I heard you say that even if you guys would have passed this round, you guys would have got bounced in the second or third round. And, did you address the whole Jason Tatum thing?
Yeah, I addressed the whole Jason Tatum thing. I said that it was malpractice, that he should have never been playing in the first place, and things like that. I thought you were there for the whole thing, but
no, I told you how to do something. But CEO, I will say this: it was the right thing for you guys not to have Jason Tatum play in that game 7. Now, granted, the calf injury was not on his ACL leg, but at the same time, me personally, I still feel like you guys should never brought him back in the first place.
But that's exactly the point I made when you were gone. I said that this was a throwaway year. We known this since the beginning of the season. The priority was getting Jason Tatum healthy. And again, I didn't care. I don't care what Jason Tatum wants. I don't care that he thinks he's Superman. And I've said this multiple times. He's not Superman. His ligaments are the same as everybody else's. They can snap any fucking minute. And it was an organizational malpractice to keep him or even try to force him. It was close to almost being as more catastrophic than the Isaiah Thomas situation that happened, where the organization did not prioritize the player's health over short-term wins. Eventually, when he re-aggravated that injury, they said, when they re-aggravated that injury, they said, okay, well, let's pull him out because if he snaps it again, people will want our heads rolling, and they would. They would want everybody fired, including Brad Stevens at that point, because that would be, you basically destroyed the franchise at that point. And again, people like Lil Nick said, CO, you're the only Celtics fan that doesn't like JB. Like, how the fuck do you not blame Derek White? Lil Nick, I literally went on a whole spiel when RG was gone, where I mentioned Derek White 3 to 4 or 5 times and talked about how much of a bum he was. What part of that was not me blaming Derek White?
Speaking of that, CEO, can we finally put to bed to rest that Jaylen Brown's not a superstar player? He's not a top 10 player. Jason Tatum is the on that fucking team. It's not even a question.
No, and I've been said this from the very beginning. I've always got pushback. Celtics fans have always been angry at me, called me a fake fan multiple times for not bowing at the altar of Jaylen Brown. Because I was one of the few people, RJ, that said, even after they won the championship, that I said that Brown wasn't the guy. Mm-hmm. That was after they won the finals, RJ, and he was the finals MVP. I said he wasn't the guy, and I got so much shit for that, and I hope people know that there's a reason why I've never had him as a guy, because he's not that guy. If you watch the film and you watch everything around him, Jaylen Brown, like, the best thing the Celtics could have done is build up this nigga's hype and move him the fuck off this offseason. And I'm not sure if they're going to move off from him, which would be a shame, because I think a lot of there's a good chance that Celtics brass could be like, well, listen, Jason Tatum was injured 90% of the season. He wasn't healthy going into the playoffs. He wasn't 100%. We're going to give him this whole offseason to get back right, and we should be ready to go from the very beginning with Jason Tatum. Unfortunately, hopefully that's not their plan. Hopefully that Brad Stevens moves off of Jaylen Brown, because the dude's not. I'm not going to call him a bum, but he's not the second star that I need on this team. We need to retool completely. We have no big man. Porzingis was the closest thing we've ever had to a legit big man, and he was always injured at the time. Al Horford is no longer on the team, and we can't roll. Vucevic is, like I mentioned when you were gone, Vucevic is fucking horrible. Like, the dude is trash. We need to solve the big man problem on this team, and he needs to make a big splash. Either he needs to go out there and go get Giannis, okay? He needs to go out there or go get a legit big man, somebody that's gritty, somebody that can get the job done, and we're gonna have to run it back. Hopefully they get rid of Brown. I've been on this boat ever since they won the finals. Everyone knows that. But Lil Nick, bro, like, y'all don't realize how good JB is, bro. Like, Tatum and Brown both elevate each other.
I disagree with that.
I feel like, and I hate that I legitimately think that OKC has a good chance at winning the finals, right? Because apart from like, you have to understand, RJ, like, that's my legitimate take, right? Non-biased take, right? Like, that's not me playing around or anything. Like, I don't want it to be the case, because Lil Nick is one of the most insufferable low IQ people I've ever come across. Like, legitimate. And do the Celtics fans want Knicks or Sixers to win? I mean, Celtics fans don't want anyone to win. But for my bet, obviously I'm going to have to go for the Knicks, because
welcome aboard, CEO. But
we need the points.
Listen, at the end of the day, bro, Jaylen Brown's not. Can I ask Lil Nick, what do you like about Jaylen Brown? What is, like, am I missing something with Jaylen Brown? Is his game that exciting?
No, it's not. Lil Nick thinks that fucking KD is better than Steph. Like he discredited himself. There's no fucking way. And he thinks he's better than Kobe. So he discredited. He's not a serious basketball mind. Let's just say that.
But even like Josh, I know he's not in the comments, but like Josh loves JB too. What is it about JB you guys like? I watched the guy for over a decade. Like the guy can't even dribble left. Like what is? It's not like his game's exciting like a John Morant or Luka Doncic. He's not an athletic freak like LeBron or Wemby. It's like what he's not skillful like a Joker or it's like what is like why? What is this obsession with Jaylen Brown? I don't see it.
No, Jaylen Brown is a good. It's a good test to see who knows what they're talking about when it comes to basketball, right? Like people that it's kind of like, you know what this is, RJ? This is kind of like the Jaylen Brown is. He's kind of like the Justin Herbert, right?
Okay.
Where it's kind of like only people that know ball, not like really know the game, know that Justin Herbert ain't shit. Only people that know the game of basketball know that Jaylen Brown really isn't like that. Like the vast majority of people will glaze the Justin Herbert, will glaze the Jaylen Browns. Like those are the type of people, RJ, where it's kind of like, okay, now I know that you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like that's the litmus test to know who the fuck. Like, oh, do you know what the fuck you're talking? Oh no, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like that. That's literally what's going on here with that. So, and by the way, Sixers fans, I'm glad that you got your finals victory, right? Beating up on a Jason Tatum-less team. By the way, if Jason Tatum was there, you would have lost. All right. And by the way, even an injured Jason Tatum, you would have lost. Now, when it comes to the next round, what's it called? Philly fans, I hope you enjoyed your finals. You're gonna get bounced next round.
Jaylen Brown is an explosive guard. Like teams would game plan around Tatum and give Brown opportunities to get to the bucket. He's a hooper. He's an underrated handles. Ignore the left hand, and can shoot from anywhere. And he's an Eastern Conference and a Finals MVP, bro.
Oh my god! Like I told you,
what the fuck are you talking about,
bro? RJ, this is what I'm saying. It's a litmus test, right? Like Lil Nick doesn't have ball knowledge, and we know that. Like,
well, CEO, you watch his film, CEO.
Yeah, I mean he's a liar, obviously, but like he has zero ball knowledge. Like he does not know what the fuck he's talking about. Like Jaylen Brown, like I'm tired, and I have to fight this within the Celtics fan base as well. Like people think that this guy is him and this guy is that and that. Okay, you know what? If you think this guy is that great, because notice how people that love to talk about how great Jaylen Brown is, love like he's this, he's that, never once mentioned Jason Tatum. Never once mentioned. Like the love for Jaylen Brown is the obsessive love for Jaylen Brown and never mentioning Jason Tatum is their way of saying we don't like Jason Tatum. We know Jason Tatum is better, but we don't like him. We want to prop up this guy in your organization so we don't have to give credit to Jason Tatum. We want to prop up this guy because in reality, we know that he's not shit. But we want to create this false narrative that this is the guy, right? Because at the end of the day, if let's say we traded Tatum and we build around Jaylen Brown, right?
Okay.
These same people would just laugh at us. Like these same people would be like, "Oh, you guys suck. The Celtics are shit. Ha 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 ha." People like Lil Nig would say that, even though they advocated for how great Jaylen Brown was, because at the end of the day, they know for a fact that Jaylen Brown isn't all that, but they want to hype his ass up because they don't want to give credit to Jaylen Brown. To Jason Tatum. They don't want to give credit to Jason Tatum because it's all the time with these people. It's like it's an obsession with Brown, but they ignore Tatum, and that just lets me know exactly where they're coming from.
So where did this hate come from? What did Jason Tatum, am I missing something? Like, what did Jason Tatum do to have people hate him so much that they hype up this bum? Like, come on.
Yeah, and again, like people's like, oh my god, Jaylen Brown was an MVP convos, and I'm like, again, bro, this is why, like, yeah, so was Russell Westbrook. Yeah, so was Russell Westbrook. So was what's that guy from the Suns at some point, Brooks or Dylan Brooks at some point. Like there was a lot of people at some point that were in MVP convos. They're not serious people, bro. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Simply, you don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, Joel Embiid won MVP, so.
Yeah. By the way, that an MVP that was stolen from Joker. I will never forget that.
I mean, listen, Jaylen Brown, like he's Tracy McGrady, this is exactly. Now, granted, I still pick the Celtics to win because it's Embiid and Paul George. They're just fucking chokers. But Jaylen Brown did not do good in the series. He sucked. I don't care what the numbers say. Like he's not impactful.
RJ, when I compared Jaylen Brown to Jason Tate, Jaylen Brown to Russell Westbrook, how did you take that?
When you compare him to Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, how did you see that as a negative or a positive?
It's a good comp because Russell Westbrook, for what it's worth, I mean,
no, but did you take it as like, oh, that's a good thing that he's like Westbrook, or no, that's a bad thing? How did you take that?
No, it's a bad thing. It's a horrible thing.
Okay, look, because according to Lil Nig, well, you just compared Jaylen Brown to Westbrook, who won an MVP. So to him, that was a positive comparison.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. We got two Westbrook guys in comments, so they're gonna come at our throats. So I hope you're ready. Listen, I just want to say this. I love Russell Westbrook. There's a video on my channel explaining why Russell Westbrook is the most overrated player in NBA history. The guy won an MVP not because he was good, not because of his numbers, not because of his team successes, because Kevin Durant left them and everybody felt sorry for him. That's why he won the MVP.
Yep.
No way in hell a guy who's the 6th seed should be fucking winning the MVP.
Nope.
No. I never seen that ever. Ever. Like, this is... No. Miss me with the whole Westbrook thing. And see, that's a good comp because I do believe a Jaylen Brown-led team can get you to a playoffs, can get you to a play-in, but you're getting bounced in the first round. He's just not that good. Or he's not that guy, at least. Like, he would... Listen. It's just... I don't know... Now, granted, Brad Stevens is a genius. Maybe he trades Jaylen Brown for Giannis, whatever, or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, come on, bro. He's just not that guy. I watched that game yesterday. He was not impactful at all. At all. Well, you can say the same thing for Tatum. You could, but here's the thing, though. No one's advocating for Tatum being this fucking Kobe-like guy. Like, come on, bro.
No, and by the way, I've always been when it came to Jason Tatum, I've always been realistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been unrealistic with Tatum. I never said he was the next coming of fucking Jordan or Mike or anything like that. I said that Jason Tatum's a very good superstar, and he'll end up kind of like, you know, he'll be viewed kind of in the same way that people view, like, for example, people view Dirk, right?
All right.
Where it's kind of like, I respect him. He did something really good. He's a Hall of Famer. And we put respect on his name. But no one ever views him as like the top, like he's within the other categories as other guys. And that's where, in my opinion, that's always where Jason Tatum was going to fall within the hierarchy. Now, obviously, I would like a second championship. I would like this and that. But in the current NBA that we're currently in, that's just not the case. When you have people that I would like, for example, I'm gonna be honest, I always thought Joker was better than Tatum, and you know that, right?
Fact.
I always thought that to a certain degree, maybe before that, Giannis was better than Tatum, right?
Yeah.
I've always been in that camp. So when people talk about delusions and things like that, I've never been a delusional Celtics fan. It's not one time in my fucking life. I've always been realistic And I've always been, even apart from when I'm just joking around and talking shit, which is why when you guys pressed me on saying that, oh, what percentage do you think you're beating the Knicks? And I was like, oh, I think it's 50-50, right? Like anyone that's delusional would never say that, ever say that. And it's always been the case. The Celtics are just not built well. This team, they had the injuries, they had everything going wrong with them. And we'll see what Brad Stevens does. Maybe he pulls off a Giannis trade. Maybe he gets us a real center. We'll see what he does. But next year is when you start to really try to judge the Celtics for what they are. This year, I've never really seen them as that. So people like Lil Nig can shut the fuck up. And people like what's that little clown? Oh, by the way, what's that little nigga?
Najee?
No, that dumbass. Skeleton? Skeleton, bro. You were crying. When we were throwing, when you were crying like a little bitch. All right, like literally, shut the fuck up. You're surprised about the Sixers and yeah, we got a champion. You're a bum ass franchise. You're not worth shit. Like you guys come out with your puff chest out, acting like, we're this. Where was that same energy when you were down? Where was that same energy when Tatum was actually in there playing, even though he wasn't 100%? Where was that same energy? You didn't have that same energy. You were out there woefully until you won with an injured squad. Then you puffed out your chest. And guess what? I hope that you enjoyed your finals. You're getting bounced the next round because I think, and you know what? The Celtics might clean you up in 5. Not the Celtics. The Knicks might clear you up at 5.
CEO speaking realistic now. Speaking of that CEO, Joe Mazzulla, CEO, your thoughts. And Najee wants an apology from both of us about Joe Mazzulla. Your thoughts on Mazzulla. Do you think he's fired? Do you think he's Doc Rivers too? What's up, CEO?
No, I think that we have to see what he does next year, right?
Okay.
To start to understand how he plays Mazzulla. You cannot count this year. Jason Tatum was injured 90% of the season. He was clearly injured playing in the playoffs because he re-aggravated his shit easily. So he was not 100%. And we know that this roster sucks. It's not good. This roster is, it has washed up old players that we need to retool with. Next year, we have to see what Mazzulla truly is all about. Again, Doc Rivers, it took Doc Rivers at least a decade to earn his reputation as Doc Rivers. And people like Najee want to toss him out too quickly. I'm like, hold on for a minute. Hold up. This isn't the Eagles organization where you churn out coaches like fucking every year. Like hold the fucking, hold the phone a little bit. Let's find out exactly what he's about. Was I impressed by what he did game 7? Not really. He was throwing everything at the wall and seeing if anything stuck by playing bums like Luke Garza and all these idiots. So that wasn't very impressive, but we have to wait and see what he does with the full year with a healthy team in the offseason and what they look like. But I'm not going to go as far as Najee wants to just fire him immediately.
Doc Rivers showed the 3-1 lead in the 4th season, just like Joe did in his 4th season, coincidentally.
Okay, yeah. But the issue is your star player was out for the last game, and he was out for half of the 6th game. Like your franchise player was,
basically out for the whole year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he was out. So you can't judge. You can't judge him for that. Like he didn't have Tatum for the last game, and he didn't have him for the half of the game 6, and they collapsed because they didn't have him. Now, if you want to say that he should have pulled through, kind of like how the what's it called, the Timberwolves pulled through without Ann and the other nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to say that, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But again, the Wolves haven't won a championship. So Mazzulla has won the championship recently, fairly recently. And you can't say, well, coincidentally, this and that. It's too early for that. If you want to have a conversation about this next year or the year after that, then we can have a conversation if Mazzulla is the right coach or we need another guy to switch up on. But you cannot go to the coach just yet until you retool this team. This team is full of fucking bums. Apart from Tatum, it's full of fucking sorry ass niggas. It's just a fact.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, look what the Nuggets did by firing Mike Malone. See how that's worked out. So, do you really just because the grass is not always green on the other side? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not always green on the other side, but like I'm not afraid. Like RJ, I'm not afraid of coaching changes. Like if it needs to get done, I'll say it needs to get done. But it's kind of like one of those things where you just won a recent championship like 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now you saw what happened this year. We knew we weren't going to do shit this year. Now you want to start like, okay, let's get the coach out of here. Fuck that nigga. And like, I would understand if we didn't win the championship recently. I would understand that. But I'm like, hold the fucking phone. We don't have a dynasty right now. No one's winning multiple championships right now. It's been sporadic. Like, hold the fucking phone. Don't rush into that just yet. This isn't a Tibbs situation. When we were arguing with Tibbs hasn't won shit. This isn't a tip. When we were talking about taking the leap, because you remember a lot of Knicks fans didn't want to move off of Tibbs, right? Well, what did we say, RJ? He did not win shit. He has not won shit. Like, you have to move off him because he has not won anything. Like, Joe Mazzulla has won shit. It's not time to move off of him just yet. And by the way, Najee, you're giving yourself way too much credit. I could be the coach in that 2014, and I would win the championship. We were that stacked. Like, Najee, bro, you're giving yourself way too much credit, bro. You underestimate how dumb you really are, bro.
Ha! CEO, you going at this nigga. CEO, I thought this will be a time for you guys to come together and be Celtics fans. What's going on, CEO?
No, it's just like I only like this is like no, because like half of the fan base, I'm just keeping it a buck. Half of the Celtics fan base at least is fucking retarded. All right, they love JB. They think like Najee. They're not bright, bro. They're just fucking dumbasses, and it has to be called out. So
I agree. I mean Mazzulla. I mean, it's not fair to fire Mazzulla, or for this year at least.
No, like I said, we'll reevaluate next year and the year after that, and if it still looks like shit, then maybe I'd agree. We have to move on.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give him a year of an off season. I mean, Tatum needs to come back full force. I mean, yeah, but see, there's a part of you that wanted to beat the Sixers so you can verse us and have the chance of spreading it in our face. You know what I'm saying, see? I know you're still sad about that.
Actually, if we're being honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of happy we got bounced in the first round.
Really?
Because after what I was seeing, right? I was like, oh, yeah, they're definitely going to fucking smack. Definitely going to be the second round. Like, I was like, we're not ready for this shit. So I'm actually a little bit, I'm okay with it because I was like, yeah, they're definitely like, I'm definitely going to be, this is going to be back-to-back seasons where they're going to be talking shit. So I'm okay with it. It is what it is. We weren't prepared for it. But RJ, I think it's safe to say that the Knicks will probably represent the East in the finals.
And it's safe to say that. I'm not going to go. It's looking like that, CEO. I will say, I'm worried about the Sixers right now. I'm taking it round by round. And,
who said... Oh, yeah. Well, no, we can't take it seriously because Lil Nick doesn't know ball. He said that you should be afraid of the Sixers because they match up better against you guys.
I mean, yeah, sure. But, I mean, come on, bro. Like, Embiid's already injured. So, I mean.
Yeah, Embiid, man, I hate. Now I understand Brandon's hate towards Embiid. Fuck that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? It's Paul George. It's Embiid. We know Embiid, he can't get past the second round. Knicks in 6. I'll be safe. Knicks in 6. We'll end it in Philly. And then we'll play. It's looking right now, it's 43-34. It's looking like the Raptors are about to win this. Of course, the fucking Cavs.
Well, It could be a situation where the second round might be tougher for you than the Eastern concert, than the Eastern Conference Finals. Because who might you face in the finals? The Cavs?
Either the Raptors and Cavs are gonna play whoever plays Detroit. So either Detroit, Raptors, or Cavs, either one of them.
Which I assume are all easier games than the Sixers.
Detroit might be tough, but the Cavs and Raptors are easy.
All right. I mean, I think the easiest option is probably the fucking Raptors.
Which is a possibility. I mean, fucking they're destroying the Cavs right now. And the Lions are about to tie our bet. Of course they are.
Oh, man. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, because it's 8-7 right now because Pistons won.
Don't worry. It's going to be very easy to overthrow them once the Knicks win 4 straight. Isn't that right, RJ?
Yeah, so we have to read. So I just got to look at this right now. So let's go to the bet right now, CEO. So we'll have the Knicks. We'll have OKC still. The Timberwolves. And that's it. And they will have the Spurs. They'll have the Lakers. They'll have the Sixers.
Mm.
I feel like I'm forgetting another. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, shoot.
Okay. Oh my God, Najee, shut the fuck up. I'm a dumbass because he's one of the reasons why we choked this series. We had a lead in the third quarter in Game 5, and we lost. Again, you dumbass. How many times have I to tell you that Jason Tatum? It doesn't matter. It does not matter if it was Game 5, game whatever the fuck. Jason Tatum was always injured. That's what you don't understand. The dude was always injured. He was playing not at 100%. That's why he re-aggravated his shit easily. He re-aggravated very easily.
Well, he didn't re-aggravate it. So he tore his ACL on his right leg, and he got a calf injury on his left leg. But you can make the case that he's putting so much pressure on his left leg because he didn't want to put pressure on the right leg. So, I mean, the fact that he got injured is it's malpractice.
It's just like they're not listening to the doctors, obviously, or if they are, it's the facility doctors. Team doctors always fucking simp for the team and all that shit. But it's one of those things where it's kind of like he's not playing at 100%. If he's putting all his,
he wouldn't have re-aggravated that shit if we close out the 5th game. CEO, your thoughts?
Oh my God, motherfucker! If he got injured because he wasn't at 100%, because he had it, like RJ said, if he had to shift all the pressure to one leg, what does that mean? That means he's not healthy. if he had to do that, RJ, where he had to put so much pressure on one side of his body and not rely on the other side of his body, that means he's not healthy, right? Because that wouldn't have happened if he was healthy. And this is what I'm saying. He was never healthy to begin with because that injury does not have that short of a recovery time. He needed the full year. They didn't give it to him. They decided to take him at his word. The team doctors probably agreed because the team doctors get paid by the organization to basically do what they want. And that's exactly what happened. But again, people like Najee, it did. And by the way, if we got a new coach next year, let's just say next year, and we choked it again, or for whatever reason next year, you would want to fire the next coach next year as well. And again, you have to give it more time. And like I said, I'm being more reasonable. I'm saying give him a year or two, and then we could talk about getting rid of him. But you're basically saying, oh yeah, he won a championship like 2 years ago. Forget about it. Doesn't matter. I want him gone now. Like, come on, bro. Like, give it a little bit more time. I'm not saying wait 10 years like a John Harbaugh situation. Not even close. I'm saying give him next year, maybe the year after that, and then we're done with him. That's all. That's what I'm saying. And there's nothing unreasonable about that.
I agree. Najee, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Other than the Knicks thing, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, the Knicks take where you said we're going 6 games with the Hawks. Okay, I'll give you credit, but at the same time, you were saying out of pure hate because you're a Celtics fan. I can't remember any time you were right about a sports take. Like, Joe Mazzulla is the top 5 coach in the league right now. Other than maybe OKC's coach, other than OKC's coach, maybe Rick Carlisle. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I would take. I would take Mazzulla probably over majority of the coaches in the league.
Yeah, that's my point. It's kind of that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, you're upset at the constant blown leads. That's perfectly fine. I agree. That's not a good thing. But you have to give it more time, given the circumstances of what transpired this year. Again, with the situation with the Knicks is different because like Thibs hasn't won shit ever, and you guys had to try something new.
No injuries or anything like that.
Right, no injuries or anything like that. You guys had to try something new, and with Mike Brown, and we'll see. And by the way, if for some reason you guys don't win anything this year,
Mike Brown's getting fired.
Oh, he's getting fired?
James Dolan went on record on the radio. Brandon confirmed this. James Dolan literally keeps saying this is finals or bust. Mike Brown is on the hot seat. Literally on the hot seat. It's finals, CEO. I've been saying that all season. CEO.
All right, so Dolan's not playing around. All right.
CEO. There's no Halliburton. Now there's no Tatum now.
Nope.
Detroit, we beat Detroit, and Detroit are fucking chokers. This is the year. Finals or bust. It's that simple. I don't give a fuck.
No, I understand what you're saying, but like I said, the West is not easy. Like, okay. Let's reevaluate this. Do you mean like make the finals?
Make the finals. If he makes the finals, I feel like his job is safe.
Okay, all right. Because I'm like, winning it is a different thing, and you know that. Like,
I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know the team, and I hope he's in here too. Well, let me read Kaiju's thing. Look, I understand the anger, but Joe Mazzulla is gonna get another ring in the near future. CEO, this is a good question. Start, bench, cut. Celtics fan edition, CEO.
Oh, this is
Najee, Khaleesi, and Kaiju. Who are you starting, benching, and cutting, CEO?
Oh, this is super easy. You start Khaleesi, you bench Kaiju, and you cut Najee.
You're cutting Najee over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
And by the way, when it comes like, okay, yeah, you could. I'm not saying it's impossible to beat OKC or the Spurs or whatever the fuck or any West team, right? You could do that. But it is unfair to Mike Brown if he makes the finals and it is a competitive series, right? To then say, okay, you're fired. Like,
I don't think he gets fired if he makes the finals. I don't think he gets fired. I think he gets fired if we don't make the finals.
Okay, I can understand if he made the finals and you got swept. Then that would be like, okay, I could get that. But if it's a competitive series and you made the finals, you can't fire him. And then I don't think like you said, you don't think he's going to get fired. So,
yeah. But CEO, I'm going to keep it real with you, CEO. The team that scares me the most are the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Lakers could come out. Yeah, because you would have Luka. You have
Luka and LeBron going back to MSG. That scares me the most.
And LeBron. And I kind of agree with, because Brandon said something that I kind of agreed with. It's kind of like, if you put LeBron in the finals, the dude might die on the court just to get that next ring.
CEO, I'm gonna keep it real. OKC's beatable. Don't let they played the Suns, CEO. We can't take them seriously.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that is true. The Suns are.
They're going up against LeBron, who's turned the clock back. Luka's coming back. Last time Luka saw OKC, he put belt to ass on them, and now he has a better team with Austin Reeves and fucking what's his asshole's name, LeBron James. And then the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs been putting belt to ass on them. Listen, OKC's time has come. Yeah, y'all said last when they beat Memphis. Y'all said last when they beat What, nigga? What? Memphis.
I said last. Oh, no, like when I'm assuming he's talking about like last year when they won, like before they won the chip. We said that, they beat Memphis and who cares because it's Memphis, but they won the championship anyway. But Lil Nick, I actually have you guys as winning the finals. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like RJ doesn't. I have you guys as a strong favorite to win the finals. So you could so shut the fuck up. All right. I personally like I'd love for you not to win shit because you're an annoying little prick, but that's just my honest belief. And by the way, Najee, how dare you putting Nick Nurse, Ime Aduka, and Charles Lee? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Just smacked. Nick Nurse is better than Missoula, and so is Ime Aduka, who got bounced in the first round as well. Man, shut the
Charles Lee.
Okay, so you just proved to me that you don't like that you don't like Missoula for reasons that have nothing to do with basketball.
Bro, Charles Lee's the coach for the Hornets, my nigga. What the fuck did the Hornets do?
But he's a better coach apparently, and so is Ime Udoka, who didn't win shit and got bounced in the first round too.
Nigga, I would respect you more if you said Eric Spoelstra, but Charles Lee?
Yeah, he doubled down too. Look at that shit. Yes, Charles Lee, RJ.
Yo, I ain't even gonna cap, dog. Najee, you might.
He coached us when we won the chip.
That don't mean shit. Being an assistant coach don't mean shit.
Oh, him too, Eric Spoelstra.
Nah.
Okay, but you said you'd rather have Ime. What has Ime done? Except get bounced.
You know what I'm about to do, CEO? You already know what's coming.
Yeah, I already know.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Yo, Najee, bro. Like, bro. Yo, bro. Give me donkey of the day. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, I mean, the dude said the Hornets coach. He said Ime Udoka's better, but he didn't win the shit. And on top of not winning his shit, he went over, and I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I don't think he's a bad coach, but he went over to the Rockets and got bounced in the first round too. Twice, and he's a better coach. Charles Lee, which again, I'm not saying Charles Lee's a bad coach, but like there are levels to it.
Neither of those coaches proven shit.
No, they haven't proven shit, but it's like I like if you want to say that you believe in Charles Lee as a coach in general, and you think he has good stock, okay, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But to say he's better than a guy who actually went to the finals and actually won, and then like this is how I know it's not about basketball, because if it was, you wouldn't make these horrific takes.
Yeah,
I said what I said. You'll see in a couple years when I'm right, we don't win a chip. Okay, first of all, I'm not guaranteeing a chip in 2 years. I'm saying clearly to you, Najee, that you have to give him at least another year because of what transpired this year. And if they give him another year after that, I would understand it. But after that, we have to have a serious conversation about moving on from Missoula, because that would be an appropriate timeline to do so. But you're out here saying, let's do it prematurely. Let's get a new coach. Let's change the system. Let's do that and that. And I'm saying it's not like, I think it's too premature to do that. You have to give it at least one more year. But you don't want to do that because, and by the way, if let's say you swapped out Missoula for another coach, and we didn't win shit with that coach in the next 2 years, then what's going to be your excuse? What's going to be your excuse? So stop it, because at that point it wouldn't be the coach; it'd be more on the players. Shut the fuck up, bro. We was struggling with Ime, dude. Yeah, Najee doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, bro. Like, holy fuck.
I mean, I'll say this: at least Missoula keeps his fucking penis in his fucking pants, unlike fucking Ime.
We went to the finals with Ime Kaiju, yeah, and lost.
Yeah, lost to a worse team. Like it was just Curry and the Misfits.
Like, I love how you give Ime all this credit
for losing.
For losing, but like Mazzulla actually wins, and he's a fucking disaster. Like, I that's just like that's amazing to me, bro. Like, some of your IQs are like, I can't even. Oh my god! And this is why people hate. This is why people hate Celtics fans. Najee, because people like you. All right, idiots like you talking nothing but nonsense.
Yeah, I agree. Give me 1 minute. Just keep shit on Najee.
All right. And this is and by the way, you're saying that the worst team was terrible. What the fuck? And by the way, Najee, that's why you got cut. That's why you got cut. Because you ain't shit. Your takes are fucking horrible. You're a dumbass. You can't just sit there and be not retarded for 1 day. For 1 day. Okay? And this is why you got cut. This is why Kaji's a better Celtics fan than you. This is why Khaleesi's a way better Celtics fans than you. Because you're dumb as fuck. And honestly, we should trade you another team. How about we trade you to the Rockets with Mazzulla? How about we trade you? And by the way, hey yo, Marcus, what's your team again? Are you a Knicks fan? Are you a Knicks fan, Marcus? I forgot. Or were you a Texas fan? I forgot. Mazzulla is a good coach who might get it held back by Brad Stevens in the very near future and then treated like a scapegoat. Yeah, I can agree with that. I have no problem with that. I think that's a fair. Muzzy is a fraud. Like I said, yeah, well, Marcus, who's your team again? Steph Curry, because I swore this nigga said he was from Texas or something.
Yo, all right, my bad. I just had a phone call. But Mazzulla's a good coach who might get held back by Brad Stevens in the very near future, and then treated like a scapegoat. That is like just fucking this asshole, Marcus.
Muzzy is a fraud. Like, well, I forgot because Marcus is confusing because he's like a Texas guy, but like I don't get it. Like, okay, Spurs, Mavericks, Rockets. I like Brunson, so I'm rooting for the Knicks. Okay, bro, Marcus, you have no team, so shut the fuck up. That's what you told me.
And you're cutting me. Cutting me was why the Ravens was horrible last year, even though you niggas had expectations. What the fuck do the Ravens have to do with this? Yo, Najee, you're getting clowned by fucking Kaiju. That's how bad you're going out right now.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the NFL this whole podcast, so thanks for reminding us.
Najee, just hold the L, bro. Hold the L, Najee. It is what it is. Tie ball game. Oh shit, Cavs came back. Tie ball game. But listen, at the end of the day, Najee, I mean, come on, bro. Like Najee, you can't Najee, you're 20. Like, you're not even 21 yet. You're a little shit, bro. You don't know basketball, bro. Come on, man.
Oh my god, man. Well, you like to shit on the Giants, CEO. We're not even a rival to the Ravens. Well, Marcus, first of all, how dare you bring up the disgusting franchise's name while we're having a good conversation about the NBA, all right?
Agreed.
Like, are you trying to give RJ some PTSD, bro?
I don't got PTSD. Yo, you want to know how tuned out I am of like the NFL? I didn't even know the draft was going on until you guys started talking about it.
I mean, yeah, listen, RJ. I mean, once because the NBA season's going to be over soon, and well, what's next? What
World Cup, baby?
Oh, World Cup! I forgot about that.
World Cup, CEO. I'm excited for it, CEO. And then after that, I was thinking about maybe if I can get Elgato 6, we can start our own league on like Madden 10 where we have legends and stuff. Because the NFL season's so bad, we can probably make our own teams and shit. So, I mean, that's just experimented. So I've been thinking about what I want to do because I'm not watching the NFL at all. I can't even tell you what's going on in the NFL right now. But CEO, speaking of the NBA, I want to read this to you, CEO.
Yeah.
Most watched playoffs in 33 years of the NBA. And I'm going to read this. And this is actually from the NBA's page, CEO.
Okay.
I can't read it. It's on Instagram, so I have to read it to you. The NBA playoffs are delivering their highest viewership in 33 years with the average of 3.9 million viewerships per game across ABC, ESPN, Peacock/NBC, and Amazon Prime Video. CEO, your thoughts on that?
All right, so wait, what the fuck?
What?
Because I was trying to look for an article on it. It says, because I'm looking for an article on that, and oh, okay, yeah, all right, my bad. No, because I was looking for an article about that, about it being the highest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says that, and I clicked the first article, and it says NBA ratings are not actually the highest in 33 years, as reported, right?
Oh, shit, wow.
And then I was like, oh, okay, then this must be maybe your source is incorrect, right?
Yeah.
So then I looked at the website, and on the top it said Fox News, right?
Oh, okay.
And then under Fox News it says Outkick. Outkick is, remember, Outkick is the Fox News bought Outkick. Outkick was the sports show or sports program that used to have Jason Whitlock and Clay Travis.
Yeah.
And then I remember that Clay Travis' whole personality is shitting on the NBA for being woke. So his opinion is automatically revoked. Fucking bitch.
I agree. I just looked it up on Google, and the AI thing says NBA 26 they're in popularity. Yeah. So I mean,
okay, so it says viewership is up 7 to 20% compared to last year, significantly boosted by the return to NBC, increased over-the-air coverage alongside with Nielsen measurement methodology. All right, so they're up. They're definitely up. All right, and you know what? What's wrong? But by the way, people hate it, and I'm not saying the NBA doesn't deserve criticism for what could be RJ a back-to-back OKC win off of flopping, and then that would be a serious conversation we have to have. But if that doesn't happen, what's wrong? You know what? The more I think about it, yeah, apart from Adam Tiny had bitch ass nigga, but to be fair, they're all over the place, so I can't really blame the NBA for that specifically. Right. So, apart from that, RJ, why do people hate the NBA all that much? Okay, I started to think about it, right?
All right.
And I was thinking about all sports leagues have problems. All sports leagues have criticisms. None of them are perfect. A lot of them are run by horrible people. We get that, yada, yada, whatever. But then I was like, why is this specific disgust and hate towards the NBA, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, there's still residue from the whole woke era bullshit, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like this residue. Let me just be honest, bro. That was cool in like 2020, 2019. That shit's lame as fuck now. Nobody gives a shit.
All right.
2022, like no one gives a shit. All right. The NBA is not woke for the most part, right?
Yeah.
If it is, like, okay, I'm just be honest. You're going to have to live with some wokeness a little bit. All right. It's part of reality. Okay. You live with certain people that you may not disagree, that you may not agree with. We certainly don't. But if you're objectively looking at the NBA, objectively, like the wokeness or perceived wokeness does not affect the product, at least in my opinion. Okay. Now, if they start like putting women in the NBA in terms of playing basketball or whatever, then we can have a different conversation. But that's not what's happening now. And like, it's not like this whole propaganda of hating the NBA because of the whole perceived wokeness epidemic. It's outdated. No one gives a shit anymore about that. It's not a big deal as it used to be. The leagues overall, even including the NBA, the NFL have learned to like, okay, let's not go too political either way. Let's try to be as not political as possible, and that's the best place that they can be. Now, of course, are you going to have your occasional Pride Night, or you're going to have your occasional like minority or Black History Month or what? Okay, yeah, that's, you know what? It's not a big of a deal. If you don't like it, just ignore it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Get over it. I'm tired of this whole we should hate the NBA because it's super fucking woke. Get over it. Okay, it's not. It's not really that woke. Okay.
CEO, me and Brandon were just having this conversation earlier in the week. Now, me and him came up with two conclusions. I'm gonna say Brandon's first, and I'm gonna say mine. Brandon actually said the people who don't think about politics when watching sports are having the most fun, such as myself. I don't give a fuck about Pride Night or whatever's going whatever, as long as the game isn't a snooze fest. I agree. I feel like woke stuff is just to get money, which is obvious. Yeah. But Brandon had a good thing to say.
No, but like it's one of those things where back in the day, like if not like a few years ago, right? It was an effective. It was the leagues were more, I guess, the leagues, because you have to understand the leagues don't care about politics in general. The leagues, like Haji said right there, care about making money. There was a period of time where the league thought that doing the whole like super woke shit was going to generate more money. It turned out that wasn't the case, and there will always be some residue like Pride nights and things like that. But again, no one, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, it will always exist. So get used to it, and as long as it's not pervasive in the game, right, and it doesn't affect the quality of the game, and it's not in your face 24/7, who gives a fuck? Like, okay, you get your occasional Pride night, you get your occasion. They also have good things too. Like they'll have disability awareness days where they point out or try to fundraise for people with disabilities. That's a good thing. They'll have things like that. Like, it's okay. Like, this whole propaganda, like, because there's people like Outkick and Fox News, and occasionally Jason Whitlock will do this, right? Where it's kind of like, let's go on a crusade against the NBA or this for the fucking. And with Whitlock, I can kind of understand a little bit because he's doing the whole Christian angle. Again, we're not like super religious, so we don't really buy into that angle 100%. But and like overall, RJ, like this whole crusade from people like Clay Travis and Outkick about how woke the NBA and we should stop watching. It's cope. It's cope. The numbers are not going down. All right. They stopped going down. I mean, they were going down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but they stopped going down overall. It has stabilized, and this year it has rose. Like, let's stop pretending like people give a shit about this thing. They don't. Get over it. There are more serious things happening in the country, and people still don't give a shit about that, unfortunately. And Pride Night and all that shit, no one gives a shit. Get over it.
See, that's not where I was going to take it. See, me and Brandon had two different solutions. Now, I'm going to say Brandon's first because I do think it's correct, and I do think mine is correct as well. So, number one, Brandon made a good point, especially in this climate now in 2026, CEO.
Okay.
The NBA is the hardest sport to bet on. And I feel like that takes people hate that about the NBA, that it's not easy to bet on the NBA like it is the NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And people might think that's gay. And I'm like, that's a good fucking take.
Okay.
I could see a bunch of retard Americans who are like, damn, Anthony Edwards didn't get 23 points. I fucking hate the NBA. I could see that. Meanwhile, someone like a Justin Jefferson can get over 100 yards within the first quarter.
Okay.
So that's a good point. But honestly, CEO, I honestly feel like this is probably, in Brandon's point, I do agree with Brandon. So, Brandon, if you're out there, I do feel like that's that too. But I honestly feel like this, CEO. That's what people are being told. Because I'll give you an example, CEO. People are saying the NFL is so great, it's so good, whatever. The NBA sucks, it's so woke, this and that. CEO, last time I fucking checked, didn't the NFL just have Bad Bunny as their fucking concert? Mr. Fuck Ice and put on dresses and whatever. Yet people, fags like Clay Travis, and yes, you're a fucking fag, Clay Travis. I know you'll never see this, but you're a bitch. You're an atheist. Fuck. You're just a retard within yourself. I don't care how many degrees you have. You probably bitched about Bad Bunny, but yet guess what? You watched the Super Bowl, you fucking cuck. You watched it.
Yeah, he did.
But because you know why? Because you have no internal monologue. Shout out to Brandon for telling me about that. Because you're being told the NFL product is so great and the NBA product sucks. When you watch that with your eyes, Clay, is that true? Yes or no? So miss me with all that.
Okay. And I just wanted to point out, like, that even when the NFL with the NFL, the whole Bad Bunny thing, I didn't particularly enjoy it. Okay.
I didn't even watch.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't watch it either, but I mean, I didn't enjoy the selection, right?
Okay.
But I'm not, I don't care, right? I just like, okay, Bad Bunny's not my cup of tea. I don't like him. A lot of Latinos like him. I don't know why. It goes over my head. Fine, it's not my cup of tea. Whatever. If I don't, I haven't watched a halftime show in like 10 years or 12 years. Like, I don't care if the NBA, if the NFL wants to do that, I don't give a shit. Some people enjoy it, some people won't. It is what it is. That comes with every artist. Back like a few years ago, they did like a Snoop Dogg, Eminem, kind of like halftime show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't woke at all. I mean, like, it's selective outreach at this point. Like, motherfucker, like, you're going to deal with it. Like, as long as it's not in the fucking product itself, like what's it called? You have Justin Jefferson wearing like fucking a rainbow helmet and fucking like thongs on the field or something. Like, if it's not like something like that, like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't, like, we need to stop with the outrage on this shit. It's corny. It's outdated. There is no morality in the NBA. There's no morality in the NFL. There's no morality in any of this shit. We know that because all the important issues, they're wrong. They're wrong in every single important issue. They're wrong. And I'm not, so if they have no morality, why do you, who cares at that point, what they do, as long as it doesn't affect the product and we don't watch and we can watch the sport, and it's not in your face and they're not rubbing it, like, they're not literally rubbing it in your face. Like, if they were rubbing it in your face, and I would agree, like, it affects the product. But if they're not rubbing it in your face, RJ, does it really matter?
Well, see, that goes back to my point. Is like that's what they're being told. Everybody's being told that the NBA sucks, the NFL is way better. When I watch it with my, and keep in mind, someone says, "Oh, RJ hates the NFL." Well, I mean, I probably dislike it now, but see, we built this. Well, at least our first stream was NFL talk. I love the NFL at one point, but I'm watching, and I'm like, at this point, the NBA is better than the NFL. I want the NFL to be good, but I'm watching it. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of seeing the same air raid bullshit offenses.
Yeah.
And RPOs and the no defense. But people are telling me the NFL product is good. He's like, why? Look at the ratings. Look at what people are saying about it. No, why do you think it's good? The NBA product sucks. Why? Flopping. Flopping is a part of it. No one bitches about it inside. I mean, hell, there's flopping in the NFL now.
No, there are varying degrees of flopping. Flopping is annoying in every single sport, and you agree, right? Yes. There are degrees. The NBA better not confirm my suspicions about flopping this year. But what I will say about this is that the main people that do not like the NBA or rail against it or heavily shit on it are, let's just be honest, they're usually conservatives.
Yeah.
And they've been bought a fake bag of goods about how super woke this is and super this and that. But what conservatives don't understand is that unless you watch, I don't know, fucking like hillbilly cornhole tossing is like competitive hillbilly hill tossing, like every single, like, you're going to have to share a sport with liberals. Get over it. Like, you're going to have to share the NBA with liberals. You're going to have to share the NFL with liberals, and the NFL and NBA are going to have to walk a fine line in trying to not offend both sides, and this is part of the business model. But at the end of the day, like, you're not, like, all the arguments about the NBA being ass or being unwatchable have nothing to do with the actual sport. Have nothing to do with the game. It has to do with, well, did you see that fucking this player fucking supported Pride or something, or this player did you know that did you see that fucking did you know that what's it, LeBron James got an extra deal from China? Like, oh my god, like it has nothing to do with the sport. Okay. You can't control what players think. Now, I've deeply criticized the NBA when they've done things that I thought were fucked up, like the whole Jaden Ivey situation, right?
Yeah.
Where I thought that was horribly overreactive. I thought that was disrespectful. I thought that was the wrong way to conduct yourself, and I called him out on it. But like I said, when we talk, but the reason people hate the NBA never comes down to the rule sucks. Never comes down to the product is some dog shit. It always comes down to I don't like the LGBTQ stuff. I don't like the I don't know, the opinion of the commissioner on this topic and such. And I'm just like, okay, then that's fine. I don't agree with them on a lot of things either, but does that doesn't mean the NBA like the product sucks. It just means that you don't like their politics. And unfortunately, let's just be real, every single sports league's politics kind of sucks. So what are we talking about?
Speaking of that, like, bro, you don't like the LGBT stuff that the NBA does. First of all, I don't remember the NBA ever doing. I don't remember the NBA ever saying the NBA is gay, it's transgender, it's lesbian, like the NFL does. But yet they're gonna buy the season pass, CEO, and spend over $500 to watch air raid and fucking RPOs. Like, I want to punch guys like Clay Travis in the face. Like, I can't stand those guys. I can't.
No, Clay Travis is such a fake piece of shit. Like, I like the dude. It's not like you'll rail about the NBA being this and this and that and all that, which is okay, whatever. And they'll complain, and he'll complain about the NFL too, talking about the Bad Bunny halftime show and all this shit. Like, your whole shtick is to pander and to scare the shit out of people that like conservatives, let's be honest, to scare the shit out of them so they can't really enjoy the product, and they focus on like stupid shit like, oh, did you know this player is might be secretly gay, or do you know this player like is friends with this and that? And I'm just like, bro, that like at some point it's like it feels like I'm watching TMZ, right? Where it's kind of like it has nothing to do with the product and again, I would agree with you. If it was if I don't know, if the Knicks had like Baphomet stickers on themselves or something like that, or fucking or Jaylen Brown was like drag dressing in the middle of the game, then I would agree with you, right?
Yep.
But none of that is happening. Like, everything is for the whole Pride nights and things like that are things that do not show up in the fucking broadcast when you watch the game. Okay, if you want to, if they have Pride night and you don't want to know about it, just don't watch it that night, or don't go to the game that day.
Exactly. Speaking of that, CEO, it's looking like our bet's looking good. The Cavs finally woke up, CEO.
All right, good shit.
You know what I'm saying? We will be up 9-7. But, you know, at the end of the day, bro, listen, fuck Clay Travis. The NBA rating. CEO, you're missing some good basketball, CEO. I hope you're tuned into the second round, CEO. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I am rooting for the Sixers to lose, mainly just for our bet. And because these Sixers fans are talking spicy when they are a fucking garbage franchise. So, And I was going to mention, because Brandon said NFL went downhill when they stopped wearing pink in October for breast cancer awareness. Now, I want to say this. I know people didn't like that. I liked it. I'm going to be honest. I like the whole breast cancer awareness thing that the NFL did in the past. I thought it was nice. People were arguing, oh, the pink isn't masculine enough. I'm like, that's not the point, you idiot. All right, I thought it was a nice gesture to a lot of women out there that suffer with breast cancer. I thought it was a nice gesture. I liked it. So, and by the way, that's not woke. Anybody who thinks that's woke is a fucking idiot.
I want to be careful here. Let me preface by saying this. I have an aunt, RIP, who passed away from breast cancer. So I always support women who have breast cancer. It's not the gesture. How can I put this? I don't like the organization. Okay. All these organizations like breast cancer awareness, all of these, and this is not just for breast cancer awareness. All these organizations are corrupt. They're fucking evil. I have no problem if you're a player that wants to support breast cancer, that's fine. And pink is not really the problem. It's just I don't like the fact that we're celebrating a corrupt organization taking a serious matter like breast cancer and saying, hey, we're supporting it. You're really not. You're trying to get donations to fucking give to the who wear that special hat, CEO. If you just follow the money. And that's really it. You're not putting in any work for it. That's a bigger take. But overall, do they even do that still or no?
No, they don't do that anymore. But I do I like the idea of it if it was done correctly. There you go. I like the concept of okay, we're gonna take this breast cancer thing and actually raise money to help people afford medical bills. I like that concept. Right now, if they're not doing it like they say they're doing it, then that's a whole ethical issue. That's a whole joke.
Bro, they're not. Come on.
No, yeah. Like I'm saying, if that's the case, then yeah, I would think that's evil. Actually, that's evil to do that.
Let me put it to you like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this because you have all these fucking assholes in college and all these people who worship. And once again, I want to say here and say this: I'm not against science. I want to say that.
Right.
For years, CEO, we've been donating, been trying, even our tax dollars have been trying to find a cure for cancer, and there has not been one yet. But within a summer, CEO, we found a vaccine for COVID. If that doesn't raise red flags to you about these organizations, then I don't know what will. But, I'll leave it at that, CEO. And then if you find out who's running these organizations, CEO, okay, makes a lot more sense. And what the green that they love, CEO. So.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. A lot of these organizations, and it's unfortunate because nowadays, if you want to donate to an organization, you have to double, triple check, right? The organization, or you have to make sure the organization is 100% legit before you donate or whatever the fuck. Because before I used to trust a lot of these places. Oh yeah, it makes sense. But now you have to double if you want to donate, right? To whatever, like helping starving children in Africa or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
You have to triple check because there are organizations that are real, that are actually helping people, that are actually doing these things. But they're usually not big organizations. They're usually smaller organizations that you have to look for.
I agree. What's up? What's up, Donnie? How you doing? What's up, y'all? Jamal Mosley is worse than Satan. Who the fuck is Jamal Mosley?
You mean Murray? Is it Jamal Murray?
I don't know who that is. Well, cancer is actually a cellular disease while COVID is an actual virus. I get that, Little Nick. But at the same time, Little Nick, at some point, okay, Little Nick, I'll put it to you like this. Oh, the Magic's coach. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, Donnie. But Little Nick, at some point, you can't find something. You can't find something. I mean, Little Nick, I'm going to put it to you like this. And this is not me saying this. This is multiple people saying this. If you don't find a cure, you can I forgot what it says. Well, basically, people, the science, government, whatever you want to put, they'll never find a quote-unquote cure because, CEO, they cost money. Chemotherapy costs money. Getting treatment for cancer costs money. It sucks. I have cancer is very genetic in my family, especially with women. It sucks, but that's the reality. So miss me with all that shit.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, I mean, it's just, well, what can we say other than
Nick, it's my boy. Come on, Panamanian CEO Donovan Mitchell going off.
All right, there we go. So does that mean if they win this one, that means we're not tied anymore, right?
Yeah, we'll be up 9-7.
All right, bet. Fuck.
And we might as well just keep the same teams because everybody. Harden, you fucking. Oh my gosh, this guy. Okay. Yo, what is up with James Harden these game sevens though? He's just allergic to these niggas.
Yeah. And his kryptonite is over.
You know what I'm saying? But CEO, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So before we head off, we gotta pick our predictions for the second round. I'm gonna do mine tomorrow because I'm making a video about it. But we got to get CEO's predictions for the end. I'm gonna obviously leave off the Raptors and it's looking like the Cavs are coming back. So I mean, We'll just project that. But CEO,
Yeah.
Lakers, OKC. Who do you got, and what game do you think it will end?
Lakers, OKC.
Yeah.
I hate this is going to be a good series, and I'm gonna love to watch it. Right.
Okay.
But I hate to say that. I hate to say that. I feel like I hope. I first of all, I hate both these teams.
Okay.
But my stomach says that the OKC will win it, even though I feel like you're going to go the opposite direction.
Absolutely. You can see that tomorrow. But you got OKC in what? 6, 7, 5?
I got OKC in 6.
Okay. Timberwolves and Spurs, CEO. Now in record, Donovan DiVincenzo's out for the year. Anthony Edwards will at least be out. I think Anthony Edwards is out probably for this whole series.
Spurs in 5.
We got the Knicks and Sixers, CEO.
I got the Knicks. You know what? I got the Knicks in 5. How about that?
Knicks in 5. All right.
Knicks in 5.
We got, and then the Pistons have made the conference, have made the second round. But if it's the Pistons and Raptors, who do you got, CEO?
I got the Pistons in 7.
Against the Raptors?
Yeah.
And if it's the Pistons and Cavs, who do you got, CEO?
I got the Cavs in 6.
You got the Cavs being, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, CEO, CEO's picking the Panamanian brother, Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have a good feeling.
And speaking of that, CEO, also, we have a good matchup in La Liga, CEO. A soccer league with Real Madrid versus Barcelona, CEO. Coming up.
Real Madrid versus Barcelona.
Real Madrid. I don't know. I just keep saying that. Yes.
Yeah,
May 10th, CEO. CEO, who do you got? And now I just want to keep this in mind. Our NBA expert and chief security head coach, or our head guy, Brandon, is a Barcelona fan, CEO. So who do you got?
Oh, I had, even before you said that, I was going to say Real Madrid.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good-ass game. It's May 10th at 3 o'clock. I will be tuning into that. My first ever La Liga game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A shout out to Spain. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Yeah, I feel like, who do you think is going to win?
For what?
That game.
Now, see, I don't know if you know this. Spain has this one kid. I think his name is Liam. I know. Let me look up the kid's name. I know I'm gonna botch it either fucking way. Lineup. Liam Yamal, 18-year-old kid. He plays for Spain.
Oh yeah, like that's very like he's kind of like the Wemby of basketball. I mean, of soccer.
Yeah, yellow hair, kind of like Odo. Yep. He's injured for that game, so I would be going for Barcelona, but he is injured. I'm gonna go Real Madrid. Gonna be a very good game, CEO. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was watching a couple weeks ago, Manchester City versus Arsenal, CEO, which you unfortunately missed. A very good game.
Look what little Nick said.
RJ, stop pretending you care about Little Nick. Little Nick. CEO can confirm. I'm all into soccer.
Yeah, you did a complete 180. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little Nick, don't get mad at me because you don't know anything about basketball. And you're just a dumb American, all right? Go defend your woman and shut the fuck up. But CEO, that's the end of this pod. What do you have to say? You know what I'm saying, to wrap up this stream?
There's nothing I can say. I mean, the peasants have truly even surpassed my expectations of like the bottom barrel intelligence of what humans can actually achieve. So,
yo, peasants, don't you ever get sick and tired of us saying that? When are you gonna prove us wrong? It feels like every fucking stream we have to call y'all retarded.
I'm not even gonna ever waste my time saying get smarter because apparently you guys do the opposite. So what's the point?
Yeah. So but until next Sunday, everybody, Peace.